In the shadows of the ruins and rubble of a school destroyed by a Russian missile attack, teenagers dance in a Ukrainian end-of-school tradition. Graduating students perform a waltz as the last school bell rings. Here, it's a dance of defiance. Amid the wreckage of war, one pattern stands out. Schools struck again and again in what Ukraine says is systematic targeting of the country's children. Using satellite images, maps, photos, and Ukrainian data, our Scripps News investigation found that since February of 2022, nearly 4,000 of Ukraine's 13,000 educational institutions have been damaged by Russian bombs and shells. The Ministry of Education says nearly 400 have been completely destroyed.
The laws of war prohibit the targeting of civilian buildings like schools unless they're being used for military purposes. Ukrainian officials say they're not. If anything, some are being used to provide shelter in their basements to people who have nowhere else to seek protection from aerial attacks.
The toll spans the entire system, from kindergartens and vocational schools to colleges and universities. More than 1,400 kindergartens, 1,900 schools, and over 500 other facilities damaged or destroyed. The data shows no region has suffered more damage to its schools than Kharkiv.
We're hearing the air raid sirens as we enter Kharkiv, Ukraine's second largest city, constantly under Russian attack. The numbers here are absolutely astounding.
Since the war began, more than 800 educational institutions here in Kharkiv have been damaged, including over 300 kindergartens and nearly 400 schools. 14-year-old Yeva Yatsky's school is one of them. And on this day, she took us back to see what's left.
Math.
Math book. This is your first time seeing this?
Yes.
Russia destroyed it in July of 2022 with a missile attack.
These were classrooms over here?
Yes.
Your school is one of many schools that this has happened to.
Yes. My friend's school are destroyed. Thousands of students don't have an opportunity to keep learning.
No one was inside when the missile hit. Students had already been forced to study from home because of the war.
It was like losing a part of myself, because it was a place where I make memories and where I plan my future.
With first the pandemic and then Russia's invasion, for the better part of 4 years, for Yeva, there was no going to school. And then, last fall in Kharkiv, in-person education resumed, underground, literally. We joined Yeva on her first day back to something resembling a real school. Classrooms now exist in underground bunkers and the subway.
What was it like your first day of school this year?
It was amazing. I met my classmates and we were so happy.
Does it feel normal to go to school down in the subway?
Yes, it's normal. It's more normal than on computer.
What did you miss the most when you were studying at home?
I miss the most the communication with my classmates. It's very important, especially for teenager, to have people your age to talk with.
Did you see your friends at all?
Yes, but it was like once a month or very, very rare.
So how many days a week are you here?
Twice a week.
Just twice a week?
Yes.
Kharkiv's mayor, Ihor Terekov, told me the subway schools were a major investment.
A 14-year-old that we met, she says she's going to school in the metro system twice a week for half a day. Is that enough?
Ви знаєте, цього недостатньо, це ми розуміємо, але в порівнянні з тим, що вони вчилися в режимі онлайн, це хоч щось.
Is it now completely unsafe for students to go to a regular school building here in Kharkiv?
Дозволити дітям відвідувати справжні школи, бо ракета С-300 долітає до Харкова з території Російської Федерації менше, ніж за хвилину, 50 секунд.
less than a minute warning for deadly explosives turning Kharkiv schools into part of the battlefield. Among those hit, our Scripps News investigation identified Kharkiv school number 17, left with a gaping hole in its wall after Russian shelling in March of 2022. This school, one of 3 hit during the attack, which targeted numerous civilian areas across Kharkiv city. Also in Kharkiv, school number 35, also destroyed by Russian shelling.
Obviously, it's a completely civilian.
The aftermath captured by citizen war crimes investigator Natalia Zubar.
The school principal told us that she was present while this bombing happened.
Then there is Kharkiv school number 134, a German language specialty school. In February 2022, Russian troops actually occupied the school and made a last stand there. In an intense battle, the building was engulfed in flames. But here too, yet another group of students would perform the traditional graduation dance, an act of resilience and resistance in the face of war.